DjAfk here. Happy Thursday. Time for some Honkai Star Rail. Today we're going to do Yukong Story. It's a companion mission, I believe they call that.
Nice.
We have just come to the location and we're about to start the first dialogues. We'll probably have to switch up some team members, but that's okay. That happens all the time. I hope everyone is having a good time playing this game. I am thoroughly impressed. I don't like the gacha mechanics. I would much rather have it so that you can earn characters. Yukong not included for that. But the turn-based strategy style is right up my alley. I give that a DjAfk approval. So without further ado, let's get it on.
Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. Miss Shikui sent us a side crane. See if you can get an aerial visual. This is an emergency. We need to find where the star skiff crashed as soon as possible.
All right, let's identify what's going on here. No targets nearby.
We found it. Looks like the pilot isn't inside. If they escaped before it came down, they should still be nearby.
That was really hard to find. I wonder if the pilots are going to be just as hard. Cannot open the treasure. They got the mouse buttons wrong for ascending and descending. There we go.
There. That must be who Miss Shikui asked us to save. We need to hurry. Those abominations have trapped her. Be careful.
We will be careful. Thank you, Mr. Welt. Or Mr. Welt Yang. Alright, so we need to make it down here. Which looks like we take a very long route, but that's okay. So we'll go to this big room and head west. We don't have any electrical people in the group, but let's see what
So you are afraid of me?
what these guys are about. They shouldn't really pose any difficulty at all.
You can't run! What a headache. I'll end your misery.
Nice.
Let's go.
I'll see you off.
Don't mess with me. Who's next? Try that again. What a headache.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
A lot of this area we haven't explored yet just because the story hasn't taken us over this way much. We kind of ran through for the main story. I hope you joined us for that one. Alright, let's see. Guess we can fight these guys. Both of them have physical, but both of them don't have ice. Let's go ahead and trade out March for Surball. That'll give us just a little bit quicker damage. I don't like these guys, so we're going to attack them first.
Nothing major.
That's a lot of AoE damage for no reason at all.
Ready to jam.
This is our chance.
Let's settle this.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up!
You chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity.
Much better.
I am really a fan of Lolcha's healing. It's
song's for
substantially
you.
better.
Let's rock! Don't mess with me. Who's next? I'll end your misery.
That cycle of life is
What a headache.
probably one of my
Let's make it quick.
most used maneuvers. Oh, a trotter. Oh, now we gotta go all full horse on him.
I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Let's see.
Ready to lose yourself? You can
Get the
fight
weakness
it.
of all these other guys because
Or
I'm
rock with
going to
it.
ignore them.
This is our chance. Rules are made to be broken.
I'll see you off.
Turn it up! So you are afraid of me. Who's next? I'll end your misery.
Nothing major. You chose the wrong.
Keep up!
Nice.
So you are
That was a pretty good
Reach the
distribution
end
of
of the
damage
story
on
in your
that.
own way.
And then always try to end your fights with full health and full-ish energy.
Get back, you demons! I'm not afraid of you! Stay away!
Now there is a chest up there. We're just gonna skip this guy. Is this the correct direction? Yes. Nothing hiding over here. Alright, what is this? Close enough.
Just a scratch.
Don't mess with me.
Eternal
Since we have
sleep
two
is
Mara
dead.
struck on the field, let's go ahead and just remove that resurrection from them.
This is our chance.
I'll see you off.
This song's for you. Turn it up. That's it.
Receive divinity.
Ready to jam.
Repay.
I love that automatic heal, and it gives him a
Nothing
point
major.
for a cycle of life.
This is our chance.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Let's rock! What a headache. A sharp scythe needs targets.
Alright, are we missing anything over here? Not that we can get to that way. And what are these? I forget. But don't think Serval's gonna survive all of that kind of jazz. Let's go ahead and put March back in here. For some reason, Serval's defense is really horrible, and I don't remember really having bad
Hey,
gear
get
on her.
out
I
of
think
here!
she's in good
It's too
shape.
dangerous. Go get someone from the Skyfaring Commission. Tell them Qing Ni is in trouble.
That's okay, we're pretty tough.
Don't worry, Miss Qing. We've been in worse danger.
Now these white horses
Don't mess
or
with me.
wolves or whatever they are, you have to take those out quickly because they just continually spawn stuff.
I'll free you
So
from
let's
your
focus
disappear
on
among the
them.
sea of butterflies.
And
Illusions of the
pretty
past.
much ignore the other ones.
Gotta try hard some. Watch this awesome move.
Can I take him out before
made to
he
be
spawns stuff? No.
Tough luck running into me.
Maybe?
Eternal sleep, the dead.
Dead return!
So you are afraid of me.
There we go. He should be done.
Let's make it quick.
I'll see you off.
You can't run. What a headache. You're annoying.
Let's go.
Before we get out of this fight, we should form one heal with Watcha. And that should put us all back at full health. If we even make it to his turn. There we
You
go.
chose the wrong enemy.
Receive divinity.
Thanks a lot.
Repay.
My turn. So you are afraid of me.
Full health. And almost full energy for everyone.
There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer. The Cloud Knights should be here soon.
Just run! These monsters can't get up here anytime soon.
No can do, Miss Qing. We're not abandoning you.
We won't leave you here.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand.
Is it now? Words?
Cloud Knights, formation. Prepare to engage.
More
Hold
of
on,
them.
Qing Ni.
This is
Coming to
why
get
you
you.
end with full health.
Don't mess with me.
Alright, so it's the white guy's turn next. I don't think we can really do much to stop him from summoning stuff.
I'll free you
But
from your
let's
chains.
take out some
Disappear
of his
among the
health
sea of
so that he
butterflies.
summons them with less health.
Illusions of the past.
Gotta try hard some. Watch this awesome move.
Rules are made to be broken. Let's make it quick.
Yeah, we got 1/3 off of them, thereabouts.
I'll see you
We'll
off.
check our battle order to see who's up next. I guess we can freeze one of these. I really
you are
like
afraid
to
of
do
me.
a quantum damage break on these mobs because then the more that you hit them, the more damage they
This is our
take at the end of
chance.
the break.
Eternal sleep. The dead
Return!
Let's settle this.
And since it's March's turn next, let's go ahead and set up Cycle of
Receive
Life.
divinity.
Ah, thanks a lot.
Repay.
I'll end your misery.
Nice. Oh, and I have no skill points.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next? Don't mess with
Alright,
me.
this should be a pretty quick ending here.
Nothing major.
Now, this is one of the few mobs, these black fox wolf things. Shadow jack hyenas. These do not despawn when you kill the thing that spawned them. Most of the mobs that once they're spawned, if you kill the thing that spawned them, they also
You chose
disappear.
the wrong enemy.
This is not one of them. Alright, now that Cycle of Life is over, we're just gonna pop a shield on somebody so that hopefully he attacks the shielded person, and we can walk away with full stats again.
Told you I could fight.
Don't mess with. What a headache.
Oh, 2 ports. Alright, so we got 2 of these
Eternal
guys.
sleep. The dead
Knock
return.
him down with some imaginary damage. Let's focus on this one on the left.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of
And then
butterflies.
freeze
Illusions of the past.
Gotta
the
try hard
2
sometimes.
kind of gold ones here. Golden Hound. There we go.
Watch this awesome move.
Although we can make some pretty massive damage on this one. Let's go ahead and do that just for the heck of it.
You can't run.
We don't want to kill either of those yet.
Try that again.
So we get rid of the
This
white
is our
ones.
chance.
The wooden ones. They'll just keep spawning stuff. So there's no point.
Rules are made to be broken.
Told you I could fight.
We have some extra skill points. Let's go ahead and stick a shield on our
You can't
highest
run.
defense player.
Try that again.
Don't mess with me.
Although for these fights, he would have been better off in, what is that, preservation mode, the fire one. I guess I could switch him, but it's a pain in the ass. I wish they would fix that to where you can actually create a set
So you are
so
afraid
that
of me.
when you switch from fire to physical, you can just say, okay, give me back that light cone and those relics. Instead, you have to go manually select each one, and I'm lazy. So sometimes I would rather have
Gotta try hard
just a
sometime.
longer
Watch
fight.
this awesome move.
Nothing major.
Alright, we're about to strike Cycle of Life.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. You can't run!
Receive divinity.
There we go.
Repay.
Let's go.
I love how when he does that automatic heal that it gives him a point. That's very awesome.
Try that again.
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
As well as using his ultimate
Told
gives
you
you a
I could
point.
fight. What a headache.
This is our chance.
Alright, let's take this guy out. The
Are
wooden
made to
lupus.
be broken.
And then we can start knocking out the rest of these mobs. Oh, I didn't quite kill him.
Don't mess with me.
Alright, one thing that we do
Who's
need
next?
to do is get everybody pretty much full
Thanks
health
a lot.
and a shield so people are attacking the same person.
Receive
Well,
divinity.
they're supposed to anyway.
Repay.
It gives a higher chance.
I'll see you off.
What a headache.
Just a scratch.
You can't run.
And they get a reaction
Try that
attack
again.
here, follow up.
Don't mess with me.
Let's make it quick.
You chose the wrong.
If I leave just a sliver of health on this one, I have 2 skill points, or,
Run.
well, 3. Then I can kill this guy, get an attack
I'll end your
buff,
misery.
and possibly kill this guy? Not
Let's
quite.
go.
Alright, they've got quite the debuffs on us.
Nothing major.
But we're almost full health, and we are full energy. Hey, the Cloud Knights rescued the trapped girl.
I didn't know the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission dealt with situations like this in person.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Qing Ni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idly by.
Her mother?
Qing Ni, have you thanked your benefactors yet?
Thank you, benefactors.
No need, Miss Chingni. It was nothing.
As easy as taking out the
You
trash.
Astral Express trailblazers have outstanding manners, though your allegories are a little odd.
I don't even know what allegories are.
It was because of both of you that Qing Ni escaped unscathed. Words cannot express my gratitude. In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you to the Palace of Astrum for tea. It is about time we knew each other better.
The feeling is mutual, Lady Yukong. We would be honored.
Then, for now, I will excuse myself. Qing Ni's irresponsible actions caused much trouble for the two of you. Allow me to apologize once again on her behalf.
Ugh, you always do this, Mother. Scold me before figuring out what actually happened. It was a dire situation. I was the only one who could...
You promised me, Qing Ni. We shall discuss this when we return. Please excuse us, benefactors. I look forward to our meeting.
Yes, I also look forward to tea.
I didn't know Yukong had that side to her.
You mean a scary mom side?
You have a unique way of putting things. But you're not wrong. Appearances seemingly tell us little about the lives of the Xianzhou's leaders, no matter how long those lives may have been. Yukong's inner worries and concerns came to the surface in the presence of her daughter. Only then was it clear that she, too, is somebody's mother.
I feel like you relate to this a lot, Mr.
Yes.
Yang.
After all, I know what it's like to worry over a kid's homework and whether their lunch is healthy enough. But there's something I don't understand. Yes, Qingni piloted a star skiff without permission and put herself in danger, but she meant well. Nevertheless, Yukong's reaction suggests that there was something more. Anyway, let's head over to the Palace of Astrum. Best not to keep Yukong waiting.
To the palace!
Let's avoid sudden exclamations like that once we're in the palace. Remember, this is no field trip. We're having tea with the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission. We'll need to act with diplomatic decorum. All right, let's head out before it gets late.
You know, for some reason, I'm imagining that tea with Yukong is probably going to end up with a fight with something. So let's get it on.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Where to now? The Palace of Astrum.
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life! You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Luofu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job doesn't suit me. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all jealous of me. But no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back. You would never have allowed me to go if I told you about it.
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission behind the scenes? As for genius, don't mention that word to me again. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot? I don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't understand. Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helm Master's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Qingni, where are you going?
Huh.
I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Oh, typical mother-teenager
Apologies, Madam Yukong.
conversation.
We should have given you some time.
Now, see, if it would have been my daughter, I would have just locked her up in the tower and wouldn't be a problem. I'm completely joking, by the way. All right. Mr. Yang, I told you would be early.
You're right. An oversight on my part.
On the contrary, I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Helmmaster Yukong. But if there's anything we can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Family issues, I'm afraid. You probably heard a thing or two just now. Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every disaster imaginable, from the abundance axis to a living planet. I thought I'd forgotten what fear was. But when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me. I'm sorry. Talking about such vexing matters is unbecoming in front of guests.
Oh no, we're cool.
I invited you here to gain a better understanding of the Express, not bore you with these trivialities. Oh, I prepared refreshments for you. Please, you must try this excellent Whaletide Spring.
Excellent Whaletide Spring sounds like better than coffee. Or tea. Whichever. I guess it is a type of tea.
Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter. I'd heard that the Nameless had traversed the Starry Sea, but I wasn't prepared for how much I could learn from you.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong, and an ace among the Cloud Knights. Now that I've seen you in action, I know the rumors were true. I hope to witness your flying ability for myself one day. We'll head off now. The Commission must be busy. I look forward to our next meeting, Madam Yukong.
On my flying ability, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, Mr. Yang. The sky no longer suits me.
Oh, you're on the wrong planet ship. I get some type of reward, but the mission is not yet over. Let's see. Did we miss anything in this sound? Is there anything to grab in here? Nope. We can't really see where we are, so there is nothing here.
You two, please, wait!
Hey, it's Qingni.
Thank you for saving me, benefactors. And I'm sorry you had to witness all that.
I understand. It's the parent-child relationship.
So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor?
Nope.
That's great. I mean, I'm happy I finally found someone who can understand me. But I've had the hairpin ceremony. I'm an adult now. I have the right to pursue my dreams. Mom still insists on sheltering me under her wing, as if I can't even stay alive without her.
Miss Qingni, these are family matters. I'm not sure it's my place to comment. However, in my personal experience, becoming a parent often means we become obstinate. To erode a rock, one must be patient and persistent, like water. What I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability to look after yourself methodically, over time. Don't you think, Miss Qingni?
Well, for a long-life species, I couldn't imagine the amount of time that it would take to become an adult on all of this, but I don't think I have the qualifications to advise here.
My mom is actually a reasonable person, but she gets unreasonable as soon as I mention flying. She hid my Starskiff toys. dragged me away from the port when I stayed behind to count ships, forced me to study for ages. I did everything I could to work my way into the Skyfaring Commission. But she used her authority to assign me a desk job.
The dreaded
Every
desk
time
job.
I walk along Star Watcher Avenue and look up at those ships flying freely across the sky, I feel empty inside. Speaking of empty inside, so how were Mom's refreshments? Good?
Yes, the aroma was incredible, even though I don't remember her handing us a cup of tea.
I've been so angry today I forgot to eat anything. How about this? My mom thanked you guys with refreshments, so I should do the same. Let me take you around Starskip Haven. We can try the most authentic snack on the Lafu.
Ooh, I wonder what this most authentic snack on the spaceship planet thing is. I mean, the Xianzhou Lafu.
Nothing in this report makes sense. Did you put on...
Look! It's rolling up!
Ooh, vending machine snacks.
We're here! The thing about the most authentic snack on the Xianzhou Lafu is it's a drink, and it's inside this vending machine.
Nice. Is it Fago Red Pop? I mean, that's like the best drink ever. Tea again? I got enough in the Palace of Aspen.
No. It's a local specialty. Trust me.
I want
Here,
that Red Pop
mung bean
Fago.
soda. One can
Mung
each.
bean soda.
This thing has a bit of a unique flavor, but I love it.
Let me try. A nostalgic experience.
Oh, is there a drink like this where you're from?
No, this reminds me of when I first boarded the Express and forced myself to drink Himiko's coffee, and how my taste buds never fully recovered.
Oh, now he's talking crap about Himiko.
How is it? Bearable?
Delicious. Simply delicious.
Whoa! I've never met a traveler who could down a mung bean soda like that. But I guess not everyone can accept what I like. Just like flying. Well, don't force yourself. Let's go somewhere else. Ooh, I know a really great place in Starskip Haven to Starskip watch.
Let's go Starskiff watch. Right out on this pier. We do need to remember when we're done to come back and talk to Todd. So Todd is in central Starskiff Haven. Near the Earthrise Agora. Sorry, Agora.
You know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't try, you won't know. Unique experiences are often a product of risky choices.
Tell that to my mom. Her #1 life lesson is, you can't turn back once you enter the sky. Pilots are always dancing with death. I know she's right. I know being a fighter pilot is an exhausting and dangerous job. But I still want to fly among the stars. To fight for the Xianzhou Alliance across the vast galaxy.
Why are you so dedicated to that idea, Miss Qingni?
Have you heard of the Foxian birth fate tradition? Soon after a child is born, we surround them with items that represent future destinies. If the child reaches for a jade abacus, then they'll grow up to be a diviner. If they reach for a sword, then they'll grow up to be a famous warrior. And if they reach for a toy star skiff,
They'll become a toy salesman?
what? No, it means they'll become a pilot. Mom reached for the star skiff and showed a natural talent for flying. General Jing Yuan recruited her to the Cloud Knights as soon as she was old enough. That's how she became a fighter pilot. Later, she achieved miracles. One time, she destroyed 3 beast ships in a hail of Barissan anti-aircraft fire, like an arrow tearing through a thunderstorm. She also holds the Skyfaring Commission records for speed and enemy vessels destroyed.
Good for
I'm
her.
proud to be Madame Yukong's daughter. I've wanted to become a legend like her for as long as I can remember.
I can imagine. A parent is often a child's first hero, and their image can influence their whole life.
She never told me any of those stories herself. And she hasn't piloted a star skiff since the 3rd Denizens of Abundance War. She doesn't even bring up her military achievements. I used to watch her fly when I was young. Then one time, I stole a star skiff and I tried all kinds of difficult maneuvers. Turns out I was as talented as she was. Not only did I survive the flight, my landing was perfect. I remember feeling so happy when they took me to see my mom. There I was boasting about the flight, expecting her to laugh, pat my head, say, "That's my girl," or something. But boy, I've never seen her so scary. I admit, I deserve to be punished. You can't let a kid get away with stealing a star skiff. But
Sure
my
you
mom
can.
was angry about more than that. She was angry because I viewed her as a role model. Because I had the same talent as her. I don't understand it.
Parents never want their children to be in danger. I think I can understand, Madame Yukong.
But flying is the only thing I want to do. I've already touched the sky. It's Mom's secretary, Miss Sequay. She just sent me a message. Mom lost one of her trinkets in Stargazer Navalia when she came to save me. Miss Sequay suggested I find the trinket and return it to Mom. Said it might help me get back in her good books.
In Stargazer Navalia? Let's go with you and have a look.
Is it really okay to bother you two again?
We have nothing better to do. I mean, the goal of the Express crew is to help other people.
Indeed.
You're too kind, benefactors. I'll treat you to something better than mung bean soda next time.
Thought you said that was the best there was on the planet starship thing. All right. Now we gotta find Yukong's lost item. Looks like this is about the closest entry point. Alright, looks like all these guys have fire stuff. Let's go ahead and switch out our character mode. See if I can remember what we even had on. Oh, the fun. Right now we have all attack stuff. We should have defense stuff. I don't even remember what we were wearing.
Nice.
I do remember it was pretty well upgraded. Let's see if we can find it. Break effect, that's the lightning stuff, fire stuff. Did we have fire stuff? Maybe we did have the break effect. Yeah, because we don't want physical damage. Let's go ahead and try for break effect stuff. That looks reasonable. Let's see, speed, HP, attack, defense.
Nice.
That should be fine. We do leave these two alone in the middle. And yeah, we got fire, ice, and quantum. And it looks like all of these guys have rebirth.
Eternal
Go ahead and take care of that. That'll save us quite a bit of time.
Let's settle this.
Tough luck running into me.
It's time.
You can't run. What a headache. Who's next? I'll end your misery. A sharp scythe needs targets.
Oh, that was not the correct
Let's wait and
enhancements.
see.
That's okay.
The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic. I think Mom's trinket would have dropped around here.
Do you know what it looks like, Miss Qingni?
Let me think. It should be a little square thing. She's usually got something like that on her.
This is your area of expertise.
Isn't combat my expertise?
You're a great fighter, but your perception is even more impressive. No matter how well a treasure chest is hidden, you're always able to spot it. So, when it comes to finding a needle in a haystack, is there really anyone more capable than yourself?
No, there's not. All right. Let's search around.
A bird cage. Huh. That reminds me.
Birdcage.
Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage. Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember? Do you think my mom would carry this with her?
It's a beautiful vase, a Devastator glaive? Is this from the battle? There were a lot of Cloud Knights.
No. This is only a replica.
Well, this is too big for a trinket.
I would imagine it's somewhere around these mobs. Or it's over here. And it is a square thing.
Mom always carries this trinket around with her, but I never realized there was something inside. Is this the Hunt Crest?
Modern art.
This is what pilots hang in their Starskiff cockpits for good luck.
It must be very close to Helmmaster Yukong's heart. Let's head back, Miss Qingni. I think you should return this trinket in person. This is an opportunity for the two of you to talk.
Not yet. I want to go back later. There's something I hope you two can help me with first.
If you want us to help you persuade your mother, I'm afraid that could be difficult. It's not easy to solve a family dispute as an outsider.
No, you misunderstand. I just want to know what she's thinking. What turned an ace pilot, someone who loved to fly, into someone like her? My mom clearly misses her flying days, otherwise she wouldn't keep this on her person. But she doesn't fly anymore and refuses to let me become a fighter pilot. Why?
She suddenly became afraid of heights.
Maybe we can ask some people who might know the truth.
Like Jing Yuan?
Well, the General's been busy at the seat of Divine Foresight recently. We might not get to see him right away. Still, it's worth a try. He was the one who promoted Helmmaster Yukong. He probably knows more about her past than anyone.
General Jing Yuan? Are you sure it's okay to go straight to him? Oh, right. You're the General's guests. Even so, this is asking a lot of you.
It is.
No problem. If we can get to the bottom of why Helmmaster Yukong no longer flies, we might be able to find out why she doesn't want you to be a fighter pilot. We can't help you too directly, but an indirect conversation like this might give us a clue on how to convince your mother.
Leave it to us.
Yes, leave it to us.
In that case, thank you so much, benefactors. I'll head back to Starskiff Haven. I'm not ready to return to the Skyfaring Commission yet.
What happened to those refreshments? Oh, we did a deed, we get refreshments. No more of that mung bean tea. Alright, head to the seat of Divine Foresight.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Of which we still have to ask permission to enter. Qian. He's always in here. Shouldn't he be, like, doing general stuff?
Mr. Yang, and you? What brings you to the seat of Divine Foresight this time?
It's nothing urgent. We were hoping to understand Helmmaster Yukong a little better.
Yukong? I heard an office worker from the Skyfaring Commission flew a starskiff to assist in the present crisis, but ran into trouble herself. She was only saved thanks to a couple of travelers. On behalf of the Law Fu, you have my thanks once again. The seat of Divine Foresight heard that Yukong's seldom seen but often feared temper was on display. I believe the two of you were caught between mother and daughter.
We heard that Helmmaster Yukong was an outstanding pilot, but that she refuses to let her daughter embark on the same career.
Yukong herself is best placed to answer such questions. But naturally, you are here because you fear that Helmmaster Yukong would decline to answer. If you wish to dispel Miss Qingni's curiosity, perhaps we can take a small step back from the topic at hand. What do you wish to know about Yukong the pilot?
Let's see. How about Qingni's memories?
Did Qingni tell you any of this? It all serves to remind me. A long time ago, a young Foxian girl, charged by the Knights with a high-speed flight violation, was brought before me as punishment. Now, she's the Madam Helmmaster, my equal. If I were to turn back the sands of time and try to convince my past self that the little girl in front of me would one day become a wise and experienced Helmmaster, I would have probably never have believed it. The Yukong of the past was nothing like she is now, spending her days surrounded by documents at her desk. She was a flaming wind. The only one who could ever calm her was her comrade.
Comrade?
Yes. Large fighter starskiffs need to be operated in pairs. One pilot takes the helm, the other controls the turrets. The legend of the ace fighter pilot is incomplete without the ace gunner. Yukong's partner was Sai. Both at the controls and behind the turret. Sai was like a cold blade, efficient, decisive, unfeeling when she had to be. It's hard to imagine such contrasting personalities working in perfect harmony. As I mentioned, the campaign inflicted heavy losses on the Xianzhou Air Force.
Alright, what about these divine arrow embers?
Oh, this is a divine object from the Rainbow Arbiter? Where did you find this?
Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies. I mean, I picked it up off the road.
Which road? I should head there myself. A divine object like this possesses a market value of at least 20,000 strails.
Gimme.
He's kidding. This object has been stored inside Helmmaster Yukong's personal trinket all along. Miss Qingni lent it to us. She thought it might be a way to find out more about Yukong's past and why she no longer flies.
This object is no ordinary trinket. It has borne witness to blood and tears. I'm sure you're both familiar with the Xianzhou's long galactic hunt. But have you heard of the denizens of Abundance Wars? As the Xianzhou has continued to cleanse the universe of immortal abominations, so too has the Abundance Axis succeeded in breaching our defensive lines. They pushed the Xianzhou to the brink of disaster. 30 years ago, the Xianzhou Yaoqing and Fanghu were besieged by our enemies. Even in the long history of warfare between the Xianzhou Alliance and the denizens of Abundance, that air battle was one of the most tragic. We were greatly outnumbered by the abominations of Abundance. Almost 1 million fighter pilots fought in the bitter battle. Those who survived numbered no more than 100,000. Had the Rainbow Arbiter not descended and destroyed the enemy's assault with her sky-shattering Lux Arrow, who's to say whether the Luofu would still be here today? Such
Epic.
divine objects were forged from the embers that the Arbiter's divine arrow left behind. For the survivors, These relics contain the blood of their comrades, the ashes of their enemies, and the dust of their memories. Yukong is a survivor of that war. Her best friend, Tsai, perished on the battlefield.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, General.
I do not wish to speculate on the reason behind Helm Master Yukong's reluctance to fly, nor do I want to open up old wounds. However, it is difficult to discard one's past. Yukong and Tsai trusted each other with their lives. The Helm Master will have strong memories of that time. Perhaps it is not my place to say, but I believe Qingni has the right to know about the past, as the past is starting to affect her future.
Oh, tactical as always, General Jing Yuan.
Thank you, General. We apologize for taking up your time with such triviality.
Mr. Yang, you jest. How can harmony between parent and child constitute a triviality? If you ask me, the mountains of documents and the seat of divine foresight are the only triviality around here.
We'll take our leave. Let's go. We should head to Starskiff Haven and find Qingni.
Yeah, she's supposed to have refreshments for us. She better give it up this time. Alright, head back to the Palace of Astrum. Got a new message from Qingni. Let's see. Did you learn anything? Said Mom's busy, so I'm headed back to the Skyfaring Commission. Did learn something. Can you come meet up with me? I want to ask my colleagues as much as I can, but don't know where to start. Do you know a Sai? I actually guessed there would be some connection. It's hard to explain over text. Let's meet up. That and text is immortal because it's on whatever version of the internet that they have. So let's see you in a bit. Gotta keep this conversation off the record. There she is. Wow, waiting for us by the door.
Oh, you're here. My mom isn't in a great mood. She went for a walk.
Isn't in a great mood?
Mm-hmm. Probably because of me.
You two are very similar.
Well, we do both like to take a walk after a fight. The only difference is that I come to this side of Starskiff Haven and she heads to the other. That way, we don't bump into each other.
It's actually kind of cute.
Really? I think it's silly. Anyway, did you find anything out from General Jing Yuan?
Did Helmmaster Yukong never bring this up with you?
I was always curious about her past, but she either dodged my questions or pretended not to hear them. In the end, I realized she probably experienced something that left a scar that never fully healed. I never asked her again.
Even a flying ace can get into trouble.
Yes. Yukong doesn't want you to feel the pressure of her name. Besides, reputation and talent count for something, but you need luck on the battlefield.
So she doesn't want me to fly because she remembers the pain of losing her friend. And she thinks that my talent makes it more likely that she'll lose me in the same way?
I can't guarantee that's what she's thinking, Miss Qingni. You should talk with her yourself.
You're right, Mr. Yang. But I still have something else to check first. This pass that General Jing Yuan mentioned is probably archived in the Palace of Astrum. I remember watching her handle a document with great care before she filed it away. It looked like a diary.
Do you still remember where it was filed, Miss Qingni?
Vaguely, but there are so many files stored in the Skyfaring Commission. Could I ask you benefactors to look for it with me?
A couple of Outworlders going through Skyfaring Commission files isn't a good look. I'm afraid we can only accompany you, Miss Qingni. You'll need to do the searching yourself.
Of course. You're right. Sorry.
And this is the third favor you've asked from us, and you only gave us mung bean tea. Come on. Help a brother out. I missed a little bit of that text. Let's see. The workers at the Palace of Astrum used the sandpit to play war chess after work. Now the best player... Yep, missed a lot of that. Yukong is the most excellent player among them. The game will lose all of its... Let's see, the game will lose all of its fun when your opponent is Yukong. Important. Got it?
I love work. I love overtime. I love work. I love overtime. I love work. I love overtime.
Let's leave her alone.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The desktop background on this calculation device is a line of floating calligraphy. Yan Ming's workstation, unauthorized.
Mr. Yang Ming is a stickler for
prohibited.
rules. I don't want to annoy him. Let's go to a different device. We can use this one. Okay. Let me see. Helmmaster's personal archive.
Captain's
I
log.
got it. Let's go take a look. It should be here. Let's see. Yes! This is Mom's diary.
And we always leave diaries on
Miss
public
Qingni,
display.
I don't think the two of us should be reading your mother's diary.
It should be fine. This is from decades ago. For you travelers, that's more than half a lifespan.
No, I still think I shouldn't read it. You stay here with Miss Qingni. I'll be waiting over there.
Oh,
Fine.
so Mr. Yang's not going to read it, but I am.
Is it really that big of a deal? I'm sure they're just her notes on life as a pilot.
Mr. Yang has rules for these things. I don't.
I understand. I can tell Mr. Yang is a principled person. There are some lines he won't cross. Let's read it together. Maybe her diary holds the key to all of this.
Sae, we are going to be partners. We've known each other for so long, but when we first knew each other racing starships illegally in the city, we were rivals. Now that we're asked to work together and have each other's back, I'm really not used to it. Naturally, I'm not used to having to look after someone who's lost against me, but an order's an order. Ha! I jest. I really look forward to flying with you. I don't know when we would receive a combat mission. I don't know what you think about our situation, but I think we both have considerable skills, and having to sit still and not fight enemies in the front line is stifling. Those denizens of abundance often raid the border, and occasionally there are reports of them harming innocent planets. Every time I hear of these news, I feel an overwhelming sense of anger, but now things are different. After a while, we'll be able to show them what we're made of on our fighter jets. Honestly, though, I'm pretty satisfied with my life right now. After all, just between you and me, what I really wanted was never the righteous cause of ridding demonic activities. What attracts me is just the act of flying itself. Look, flying out in the universe outside of the Dells is entirely different from racing starskiffs that we're so used to. There is nothing to anchor us in space. There's not even a distinction between up and down. Our fighter jets would be hung in space by their lonesome selves like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. By then, there is no one else you can rely on but your own skills and your jet. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. To me, the ability to fly in space is good enough, and if I have share this sweet freedom with you, that's even better. Could have been worded better. Saeed, I don't know what to say to console you. You're always like this. No matter what terrible things happen to you, you would act strong, as if you don't need anyone to care for you, and you don't have terrible timing for jokes. And you have terrible timing for jokes, rather. But we have been together for over 100 years, and I think we understand each other very well. That's quite the track record for a fighter pilot, 100 years. You once said that if something is unpleasant for me, it would also be uncomfortable for you. I actually feel the same way too. Right now, my heart feels like it is being gouged out with a blunt rusted knife. I can't imagine the amount of hurt and pain you're going through. It's funny. I've never shown Wang Yuan my good side. Every time you leave me alone to go on a mission with him, I feel uncomfortable. Especially when I see you two flirting and getting along as if you're inseparable. I can't help but want to glare at him with disdain. But Guang Yan is a good person. No matter how rude I was to him, he was always kind to me. Thinking back on it now, I realize I'm just really bad at approaching people. He's really amazing. She's changing her tune real fast. He managed to hold off several dozen enemy ships with only 2 people. This isn't something that can be done with just courage and resolve. It also requires exceptional skills and extraordinary talent. I can imagine what it was like in his final moments. How his annoyingly handsome face must have shown such determination and focus. I guess that's why you fell in love with him in the first place. I can imagine how proud he must have felt in that moment. He must have had no fear or hopelessness, only pride. So you shouldn't be sad. You should be proud of him. We all should. Next entry. Saeed, I've been having a lot of negative emotions recently that I cannot express to other fighters on the front line. Since you're recuperating in the rear, I'll just dump them on you. Good place to do so. Although it seems I'm a bit slow to say such words now, it was only recently that I realized that I'm actually in the midst of such a cruel war. Space combat is different from ground combat. Although you both involve life and death in an instant, it's rare to see severed limbs and broken bodies in space, which led me to misjudge the brutality of this war. It wasn't until recently, as the situation on the front lines worsened, that the bloody reality gently but indisputably presented itself before me. Someone might sit beside you for a meal today and be missing in action tomorrow. A new soldier earning praise and honor today might disappear the next. The captain I fought with today might not be found tomorrow. The ground troops that exchanged encouragement with me today might be eliminated the next. At this point, I'm wary of building personal connections with anyone here. Perhaps that person would perish, or I might perish, or we both perish in the day to come. I thought I have experienced enough to feel numb, but bad news kept coming in waves every single day. However, I don't regret this at all. Whenever the pain comes, this feeling that becoming a fighter pilot is the best choice I have made in my life will follow. If I weren't a fighter pilot, I can only endure this pain in silence. But I can fly, I can battle, and I can attempt to destroy the source of my pain. Because I am a fighter pilot, I have things that I can do, realities that I can change. Yes, don't use the names Wang Yuan came up with. They're terrible. Choosing a name is a big decision the child has to bear with us for a lifetime. Or bear with for a lifetime. Use my suggestion instead. It's something I picked with after diligently going through several collections worth of poetry. Lost in translation there. So, next entry. Sai, I have a lot to tell you. So many things. After your death, she's not going to read this, they wanted to honor me with a medal. Truthfully, I find that laughable. Based on common logic, no one would award survivors medal to praise their fortuitous survival. But no, not the Skyfaring Commission. They gave me a medal, called me a hero pilot, and the only reason for it is because of my luck to remain alive in that calamitous battle. If you had been as lucky as me, we could have gotten medals together. After the medal ceremony, we could have gone to the Aurum Valley, had a few drinks, and laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's a shame luck is not on your side. We don't have that chance anymore. I suddenly feel nostalgic. I remembered all the time we had steering our starships across the Lawfu sky. We were so carefree. There were no threats to our lives, and we didn't have to bear the calling of the hunt. The entirety of the sky within the delve was ours, yours and mine. Above us was the delve's flashing dome ceiling, and below us were the bustling lights of 10,000 helms. Oh, and behind us, the Realm Keeping Commission officers who just won't stop chasing us, with red and blue lights. This was a time of insouciance. I have no idea what that word means. This was a time of something. How I wish we could stay in that time forever. Wow, what a diary entry there. Or multiple.
What is the meaning of this? The Helm Master's daughter bringing Outworlders in to sneak around? What do you have in your hands? Let me see. Madame Yukong's diary? The nerve. How dare you read Madame Yukong's personal diary? And with her daughter, too. By the Arbiter, you two are in for a...
Mr. Yangmin, please, calm down. Let us explain.
Oh, she tells the whole story,
I see.
and nothing but the story.
Qingni, I know Madame Yukong's position on you becoming a pilot is tough for you to accept, but she has her own concerns.
I understand, Mr. Yangming. But now, compared to becoming a fighter pilot, I'm more interested in knowing what my mom went through. I want to know what happened, how she went from ace pilot to Helm Master.
I've been here for a long time, Qingni. If there's something you wish to know, just ask. But don't go rummaging around. That's a bad habit.
Alright, let's try Jing Yuan's memories.
Miss Tsai? I remember her. She was an ace gunner. Many people wanted to be her flight partner. Her husband, Mr. Guang Yuan, was a pilot. They manned the same skiff and were the envy of many. But when it came to pilots, your mother was the best match for her. They flew together all the time. Even Mr. Guanyan couldn't match their numbers. Well, after he passed away in battle, Tsai rarely teamed up with anyone except your mother. It was tragic when Tsai died soon after. That's the life of a pilot. No one knows which flight will be their last. Tsai's death
For me,
was a big
my first
blow to
flight
Madame
would be my
Yukong.
last.
After the battle, She refused to turn in Sai's possessions as per regulations. She kept them locked away, occasionally taking them out to admire.
I didn't think you'd know this many details, Mr. Yan Ming.
Nonsense. As a Xianzhou native, I've lived long enough to remember more than the Foxian pilots could ever hope to. In the end, all the ace pilots perished. The only thing I can do is to remember them and ensure they are not forgotten too soon.
Where are Miss Tsai's possessions stored? Thanks for telling us all this, Mr. Yang Ming.
You're welcome. I know this is important to you. I suppose you're going to go through Madame Yukong's office desk next.
Probably.
I can understand your position, Qingni. I'll take my leave and pretend I didn't see anything. After all, it's an unwritten rule that subordinates should be absent when their superior's privacy is exposed. Please don't tell your mother that you saw me today.
Got it.
So much for Skyfaring Commission security.
Ensuring the security of public assets and order is the duty of every Xianzhou citizen. Hurry. Madame Yukong will be back soon.
Hey, I see a hand. I'm just gonna loot this off of your desk. Just like Zelda, I'm gonna run up in your house and start busting up all your pots and take what's all your rupees inside.
My mom keeps lots of stuff in her desk. Let's have a look.
Looks like she keeps lots of stuff in her desk since it has no drawers. This desk has space to put stuff?
That's the selling point of this desk. Super simplistic design with super spacious hidden compartments.
They got like black hole
Lots of office
compartments.
staff use this desk. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. Which one should we check first?
Well, obviously the left side.
A paper kite, personal letters, and a copy of Otherworldly Delights? So Mom likes these kinds of novels? Huh. I thought she'd prefer more heroic stuff.
Otherworldly Delights.
But what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. Which one should we check first?
Well, if we're going left to right, let's check under the desktop.
Got it. This looks similar to Mom's diary. But it looks like it belonged to Miss Tsai.
Uh-oh. Miss Sai's exchange diary. Yukong, I'm happy to have a chance to fight side by side with you. When the pair assignment was sent out, I was so nervous that I didn't dare to open and check it, fearing that we wouldn't be paired up. It's not like I can bear to part with you, but I was worried to leave you with the others with your fiery temperament. When you actually get to the battlefield, don't act recklessly like you do now, always charging in with hot-headedness. Before taking action, think more about the consequences. But it's okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore, and you'll accuse me of nagging like an old crone again. In any case, we need to work together, using our individual strengths to create our own legends in the vast sky. I look forward to fighting in the vast skies with you so much that I'm finding it hard to fall asleep. Next entry. Yukong, don't cry. There's no need to be sad. My husband was the one who died, but you're crying more than I am. After so many years of fighting, you're still so emotional. I'm envious. Being a fighter pilot has always been a harrowing decision. Since we chose this path, we have to be mentally prepared. What's important is not whether we can survive by luck, but whether we can live up to the value of a pilot's life. Guang Yuan and his partner managed to keep an entire boorish fleet at bay. They were heroes. To me, that is enough. I've heard it said that the greatest happiness in life is being able to choose how you die. From this perspective, to fight for the Xianzhou Alliance, no, for the people of the entire galaxy. Die on the battlefield after a lifetime of military service, Guang Yuan is probably happy. Of course, you better not have this kind of happiness. Just live another 200 years, behave, and then die of old age for me. What a happy wish. Yukong, it's been a long time. I'm still on my maternity leave in the rear. Everything is fine. With the stalemate happening right now, you must be very busy. But when you have the chance, please take a moment to write an exchange diary entry for me so that I can know you are still safe. And also, I have a mountain of things I want to talk to you about. Firstly, an announcement. I've already decided on a name for our child. Guang Yuan has talked about this before. If it's a boy, name him Dragon. And if it's a girl, name her Phoenix. Like rising from the ashes. But this man's literary sense is as good as the monkeys in the Everhunt Plains. No matter how much we should prioritize the wishes of my late husband, I cannot let his wants ruin my child's life. So after much pondering, I've decided to go with your suggestion and name her Qingni, the colors of dawn. The moonlit camp opens to a garden of archery. Frosty banners brush the colors of dawn. How rare. You made the time and effort to look through the poems and allegories. I thought you only cared about fighter jets. Don't miss me too much. After taking a few months of break and settling Qingni down, I will be in action ASAP. This is getting interesting. Qingni is still so young, and I need to leave her to fight a war. How should I say this? I'm such an irresponsible mother. I am well aware the situation on the front line doesn't look so good. The Borisin keeps breaking our ranks. All the media outlets are trying to control the spread of panic and fear, but the Luofu is shrouded with a veil of uneasiness. However, I believe that the Shenzhou Alliance will win. I believe that warriors like you and me will repel those denizens of abundance to whence they came. I look forward to fighting beside you once more. Yukong, we will be heading towards a cruel battlefield tomorrow. So tonight, there are some things I must entrust to you. This may be somewhat ominous, but there is no help for it. Who made it so we've never entrusted these things to each other before? Poorly worded. If you lived and I didn't, please take care of Qingni like you would your own daughter. I know you will. I will entrust you with all my savings. Please use it as living expenses for Qingni. No matter what kind of person Qingni wants to become, please support her fully. Merchant, poet, street performer, anything except jet fighter. Please allow me to make a vow with you. Do not let Qingni become a jet fighter. When we enlisted, you wrote this in your diary. Our fighter jets would become hung in space by their lonesome selves like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. I remember that quote from the last diary. We need to read more diaries. I really loved this segment because I thought the same. But that's enough. Loneliness or freedom? We've already tasted it all. Promise me. Don't let that child touch the sky. Well, we have learned something today. Qingni is not Yukong's daughter. Although, she's kind of her adopted daughter. Something.
So, I was adopted? And this Miss Sai was my real mother?
That's what it sounds like.
I suppose I've always had a feeling. But now I know the truth. I feel like I'm dreaming. Don't let that child touch the sky. Is this why Mom refuses to let me become a fighter pilot?
Kind of guessed this myself.
When I was little, I asked my mom where my dad was. She said I was grown from the Star Skiff assembly line at Stargazer Navalia. I thought she was just a bad liar. I even thought she meant I'd inherited her talent with star skiffs. I feel a lot closer to Mom after reading this diary. Even if we're not connected by blood. I understand her a lot more now. Can you come with me one more time? I want to have a proper chat with Mom.
Oh, come on. That's like the 4th favor, and you've only given me some mung dung tea. Can we really convince her?
I want to try one last time. If Mom still doesn't agree, then I'll resign myself to signing documents in the Skyfaring Commission.
Hey, we stole the diary, too. We can read more on this later. Alright, there's Mr.
You're
Yang.
all done? Did it go smoothly?
The voice of reason.
I see. Let's find Helmmaster Yukong. We'll accompany you. We're here to help, but he and I really shouldn't interject when you're conversing with your mother.
It's okay. I understand. Just having you stand next to me is already a great help, benefactors.
We're here to help. Save planets. Change mother-daughter relationships, or mother-adopted daughter stuff. Yes, that's us.
When Mom feels down, she usually goes to take in a view of the Jade Gate. She should still be there. Let's go find her.
Looks like that might be her right here.
Mom?
Qingni, why are Mr. Yang and they here too?
Miss Qingni kindly agreed to show us around Star Skiff Haven. She mentioned she was trying to mend things between you, but was feeling shy about it. We volunteered to come with her.
Thank you. I must apologize for the trouble my daughter has brought you.
Mom!
No trouble at all.
All right, it's getting late.
As long as you give us more
Let's
refreshments.
talk once we're home.
Actually, I want to talk to you about something right now. I want to become a fighter pilot, no matter what.
We've talked about this many times. No means no.
But...
Seems like Miss Qingni is a little hesitant. Try giving her a little push.
A little push?
I thought Mr. Yang said we shouldn't interject. What should I say?
I should say nothing. Or we could just go straight to the point and see Miss Sai's exchange diary.
Is that Sai's diary? How did you... I understand now. I'm sorry, Qingni. I cannot support your dream because I made a promise to someone else. I don't expect to gain your forgiveness. I just hope you can understand my reason.
Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter. Our bond is bigger than forgiveness and reason. I'll listen to anything you have to say.
She just said no.
Just
Didn't
like
listen to
you,
that.
Take caution.
I once longed for
People
the
may try
sky.
to blend in and infiltrate the Palace of Astra.
I know what it feels like to fly through infinite space, to be surrounded by the vast expanse of nothingness. with unimaginable splendors looming in the distance, to float like a single leaf in the fathomless stellar sea. Some called it loneliness, but we called it freedom. Sai was like that too. We were friends since childhood. We flew star skiffs everywhere, causing trouble until the knights caught us and dragged us before General Jingyuan. We soon became the most elite fighter pilots of the Skyfaring Commission. It wasn't an easy life. You could even say it was a cruel one. You never knew if the friend next to you would make it back alive. Of course, the same could be said of yourself. But those are my best memories. We would strike out into the sky, repelling demons and upholding justice. The blood we shed bore witness to it all. The life of a Foxian is short and fleeting. Surely we should dedicate ourselves to such glorious aims.
Short and fleeting, like 200-300 years.
System space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
We're engaging the main Borisan fleet this time. Don't get too excited.
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails. Feeling rusty?
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long. Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you in my cockpit. Say, Sai, I really didn't think you'd come back. Do you really like flying star skiffs that much?
You bet. Sure, it's exhausting, dangerous, low paid. Plus, you only get back to the Luofu a few times a year. But given the choice, I'd always pick this. I guess I already touched the sky.
The mind is mysterious.
With a backwards wrench.
I've lived for more than 200 years. Forgotten nearly every conversation I've ever had. But I still remember us shooting the breeze that day. It's crystal clear. It was the last time I spoke to Sai. Sai? Hold on, Sai. Sai, open your eyes. Sai?
Thank you, Yukong. I've had a good life. But please, don't let Qingli walk the same path. Don't let her become a fighter pilot.
Sai, she's your daughter. You'll be able to tell her yourself, do you hear? The rescue's almost here. Stay with me. Jingni is waiting for you. She lost Guangyan. She can't afford to lose you too. Wake up! Sai? 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 Sai?
Even long-life
I climbed
species
out of
can
the
come to a
burning
quick
carcass
end.
of the star skiff. I looked up into a clear sky, pure and seemingly unadorned by the atmosphere that arced far above us. It was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. But all I could feel was unbearable pain. I sunk to the ground and gazed up helplessly. In my dream, that was the day I died.
Mom,
This is the first time I've heard you talk about this. But I'm not a little girl anymore. The road of a fighter pilot is a cruel one. I know that now. But I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice can bring happiness to the citizens of the Xianzhou, then I'm ready for it.
You are so very similar to Tsai. The more outstanding you became over the years, the more fearful I turned. I've known for a long time you were ready, but I was not. You know, the cruelty has never claimed victory. Me, Tsai, your father Guangyan, we were prepared for the worst when we enlisted. But do you know how we won that war? The war that took away Tsai and the lives of hundreds of thousands of fighters.
The Rainbow Arbiter's divine arrow.
Yes. The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter annihilated all abominations in a single strike. We had to pay with the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers just to halt their advance. If crushing our enemies was as easy as breathing for the Rainbow Arbiter, then what purpose did our sacrifices serve? Under the might of an eon, the sacrifices of ordinary creatures are but a joke. We are nothing. We mean nothing.
Mom.
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. Even if that person is my daughter, I brazenly interfered with your choices. I am sorry. That is my failure as a mother.
Mom, you don't need to apologize. Really, you don't need to.
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did. I believe that one day, you'll make an outstanding fighter pilot.
Huh? Really? Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps, and more afraid of you taking after Tsai. But if this is your choice, then I'm willing to support you, even if you live to regret it.
Mom, I have one last request.
Tell me.
I want to fly with you at least once.
I'm afraid I can't. I won't be flying anymore.
But why?
Because I already touched the sky.
And cue epic music.
Take caution. Some people may try to blend in and
Ooh, Yukong has become a visitor to the Express. Just like that. And a soundtrack. Alright. That seems to have concluded Yukong's story. That was rather interesting. Let's see what text message we got. From Shikui. You there? I have something I need your help with, Hanson. Oh, pray tell. Oh, don't say it so formally. You make it sound like we're strangers. Due to the unusual yin-yang phenomena brought between... Yeah. Wow, that's really, really fast. Due to the unusual yin-yang phenomena brought by the ambrosial arbor's revival, many of the Heron's Express's psi cranes and freight star skiffs have had accidents, and a great number of goods were lost. They went to send their staff to retrieve these goods, but it's not very safe out there right now. Skyfaring Commission plans to send people who are skilled at controlling psi cranes, trustworthy, and have had some military training to help them. I'm not good at this. You're too humble. I realize you're different to everyone else from the moment you controlled the psi crane to save Madame Yukong's daughter. Come on, stop saying no. You are the one, like Neo, for this task. Heron Express sent over a contact person. She's waiting for you at the doors of the Skyfaring Commission. Come over quickly. Don't let them wait too long. Ooh, so we started a new mission. Speaking of new mission, we need to find this dude over here as well. And that will be where we conclude our story of Yukong. Alright, let's start this dialogue, and we will call it a night. She says, there's traces of history everywhere you look aboard the Shinzo, but Shinzo natives don't even know these things' true value. What's with all the sighing? You wouldn't even get it if I told you. Your outfit? Are you an Outworlder too? I guess we can talk a little about it. The Shinzo natives are different from us. Ask any of them, and you'll find they've lived for centuries. What we Outworlders consider ancient history is actually just childhood memory. This means the study of history on the Shinzo is completely different from what we consider as history, or put simply, they lack respect for the past. Archaeologists often speculate on the past by studying utensils and inscriptions from antiquity, but on the Shinzo everything is perpetually being upgraded. They simply chuck out old centuries stuff. You're a keen student of Shinzo history. Apologies. I even introduced myself. But I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm Todd from the Intelligentsia Guild. That's a word now. We can discuss things a little bit more if you're interested in the Shinzo history. What are you doing here? I'm looking around like this. I'm looking for an assistant. Someone familiar with the local situation. Friendly, well-educated, a capable adventurer, an outworlder. All these qualities must be present to help me finish my research project on the Shinjo. It says, are you looking for an assistant or the protagonist of a story? You think I'm asking for too much. These are just the basic requirements for an assistant when it comes to the guild's research. Us scholars from the Intelligentsia Guild must deeply penetrate into alien civilizations and win their trust, while also braving any natural disasters we may encounter. It's as dangerous as becoming a nameless. See? Now there's a Stellaron causing calamity here. My plans to research the medical history of the Shinzo just went down the drain. The locals originally gave approval for me to enter the Alchemy Commission, browse medical tests, and exchange research findings with others, but they kept delaying my visit. The Shinzo residents might be able to afford the wait, but my old bones simply can't. A lot has happened in the Alchemy Commission. How do you know that? Mate, I've been looking everywhere, but you seem to know a lot about what's happening inside the Alchemy Commission. I heard that the General of Luofu has invited some Outworlders to get involved in their internal affairs in a rare turn of events. Could you be one of those people? Are you interested in becoming my assistant? Says, I don't meet your requirements, though. Forget about those darn requirements. I swear with my invaluable and academic reputation, I, Todd Riordan, hereby humbly promise that I will never withhold pay and will provide you with personal insurance and double pay for any overtime. How is that oath? Good enough? What exactly do I need to do? Don't worry, we'll start with running an errand, the most simple task of all. I want you to go to the Alchemy Commission and pick up some research materials. Won't take too long. Please help a fellow Outworlder, young man. I guess my legs still work. But, say, I need a Shienzo medical textbook called the Compendium of Remedies. Could you please head over to the Alchemy Commission and bring it to me? There was no approval. Did you want me to steal the book? Look, we are both educated people. Could we use a little less accusatory words? Perhaps borrow the book? I've stated that they already approved my request to borrow it. The Alchemy Commission's chief alchemist approved my request when I met her. According to the Guild's creed, knowledge should be exchanged with an equally valuable piece of knowledge. I gave her a copy of an ancient text, and she gifted me a prescription to the Guild, a prescription the Guild had never seen. Go! I'll give you the approval documents. Don't let an old man like me wait too long. At my age, arthritis is a veritable torment. He has a lot of text. Maybe we will finish this adventure mission on a future date. I believe for tonight we are all concluded. Yukong Story was rather interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe come back, check it out for next time. On that note, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. DjAfk out.
Nice. Nice.